Can the players from the English national team bring their form back to the domestic league in the Premiership? Ain't got long to find out. Matchday number 13 is just around the corner, and I got my predictions coming up next. If I can find the... That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. I think, are we live? I don't see us being live. It just say live in 18 minutes. What's that all about? Are we live or not? I have no idea. Talk to me, people. Can anybody see me? Can anybody see me? It says live in 18 minutes. Hey, Gooner guy, can you see me? Am we live on the show? I don't know. I'm confused as can be. Anyway, folks, let's get cracking and take a little look at the latest round of predictions coming at you in the old Premier League, boys and girls. I'll bring you up to date with all the good stuff in just a sec. If you are new to the channel, make sure you give it some love, and also make sure you subscribe if you are new to the channel. Internet's been up on my backside this past few days. So has the dentist. It's been in my mouth. So if I slur or spit any words, just roll with it, folks. Anyway, let's take a look at how we got on this past few days out in the Premier League. So if you did put your predictions in, they should be up on the screen in just a second. And if you did, I'm going to judge you just by this score sheet here. 0 to 3, you're in the shit face club. 4 to 6, you're in the straight face gang. And 7 plus. Good evening, LG and Cal. You're in the top banana group. How did I get on? Well, let's take a little look, shall we? So Norwich did take on Watford and they lost 2-0. First win on the board for Watford. I actually went with Norwich on this one, which is the wrong thing to do. Crystal Palace did lose to Chelsea 2-0 away from home. I got the right deficit on this one. 3-1 final score on that one. Again, got the one spot on. Burnley did take care of business against West Ham. 3-0 in the end. Hello, Kim. Hello, Gooner Guy. Jamie Mix. Raphael Jarrett, welcome to the show. 3-0 for the six-fingered freakazoid. I got the right amount of goals on this one. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Burnley on this bad boy. Newcastle did beat Bournemouth 2-1 at St James's Park to try and move themselves up the table. Actually got this one close to the money with a 2-0 win as well. Everton picked up a morale-boosting 2-1 win to save Silva from the sack. 2-1 final score. Actually went with a 1-1 draw on this one myself, so got this one wrong. Spurs could only muster a draw against Sheffield United. I predicted a tight game, but I did give it to the Tottenham on my prediction. 3-2 final score on this one. Leicester did put up a barnstorming display against Arsenal. 2-0 final score. 3-2 for me. Not too shabby on this bad boy. Hello, Shane. Welcome to the gang. United did beat Brighton 3-1 in the end. Quite comfortable. 2-0 for me, prediction-wise. Wolves did beat Aston Villa in the Black Country Derby. 2-2 for me. Just one goal shy. And Liverpool did take care of business against their title rivals. Current champions, Manchester City. 3-1 in the end. Actually went with a 4-3 thriller. A little bit shy on the goals, but ultimately, what did I get? 6. So that, unfortunately for me, is only in the straight face gang. So, in case you missed it, I did go to the dentist today, and they did do a bit of work, so I might slur some words and do a bit of spitting. But that's what I got. What about you guys? What did you get this time out? In fact, let's take a look. A lot of you guys in the chat are here with me, including Kim. We'll have a look at you in a second. Raphael Jarrett, unfortunately, you didn't do too good this time around. Zane B, not too shabby, though. Kelsey Shambangu, not too shabby. Russell Frost also did pretty good. Kim, well, you did pretty decent as well. Ultra Omamura, not too shabby. Where are we going next? We are going with Mike James, not too shabby. Beckham Dominic. For you, Sunshine. Imagine Monday, also terrible predictions for you this week. Epic Gamer, not too bad. Blessings Chuvinga, not too shabby as well. Jaden Kreister, not too bad. Okay, he did. Okay, Byron Smith, not too shabby. And Vincent Hung, he also did pretty well. There's plenty more predictions right around the corner, folks. Shepherd, 6 or 4 or 5, whatever the Roman numerals is. You did. We'll find out in a minute. But Jim Makos did top banana. Well done. Shepherd, you did pretty shitty. Stephen Sealing, not too shabby. Adio Petra, not too bad as well. SSGHK, 19, not too bad. Honey Patel, not too bad as well. Ben the Boss Jackson, he wasn't the boss. He was turd this week. Youngsy, not too shabby as well. And Mr. F1 Ryan, for you, Sunshine. LG and Cow in the chat, not too bad. Hello, Nathan Heber. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you live. Denzel, nice to see you as well. Tottenham fan 01, not too shabby. No Code Drinker, not too bad this week, and you're here with the chat, so nice to see you. Drop Storage, not too bad. And John Kedwood, not too shabby as well. Zero Central, we'll get to you in a minute. Shane O'Donnell, top banana for you, Sunshine. Zero Central, opposite scale for you. Blambo Toff, not too shabby. Moses, Bogey, not too shabby. Nightmare Seeker, also not too bad. Ramesh Sarkovka, not too bad as well. Noah Haynes, you'll see you in a minute. Tharo is in the top shelf gang as well. Noah Haynes, did I see you in the chat? I didn't see you in the chat. You did all right for yourself. Jaden the Gengar, not too shabby as well. The Italian Devil, not too bad. James Rigby with his essay, also not too bad. Cody Gaho, also not too shabby. Got a couple more before we wrap up this baby. Pop Legit, not too bad. Yannick Buster, we'll get to you. You did all right, as did the Aston Villa Seal. I think that's it. Round of applause for the guys who got top banana. Also, well done to you guys who are in the straight face gang. As for the guys with the red face club, get yourselves together and get yourselves back into the thick of things next weekend. So let's take a look at the table. This is what it looks like out in the Prem de la Prem as it stands. Liverpool top the pops. They are good. 10 points clear. 10 points clear. 8 points clear of Leicester City in second. Chelsea in third. City, Manchester City are down to fourth in the table. Down the bottom is Norwich, Southampton and Watford would be going down if the season was to end today. Watford up and running at long last. Hello, Paul McNeil. Welcome, welcome. I see you there. Welcome to the stream, my boys. Arsenal and Manchester United are in 7th spot. So not too bad. So this is what's going on in the Prem de la Prem this weekend. And the games do take place starting on Saturday, the 23rd of November. We're going to kick it all off nice and early with West Ham United up against Tottenham Hotspur. So if you are new to the stream and you don't know what goes on here, we try to do the predictions, both myself and you guys. I'll run through some stats and figures and all that kind of good stuff. Sometimes the bookies odds, if I can get round to it. And we're going to kick it all off. Nice. Hello, Richard Cratang. Nice to see you. So we're going to kick it off right here with West Ham and Tottenham. So get your predictions in nice and early in the chat. With this one. So let's have a look at the past games between the two sides over the years. Going back to 2017, 2 wins for the Hammers, 3 wins for Tottenham, 1 draw along the way. Spurs have won 3 of them. Like I said, last time out, this match last season actually ended up as a 3-1 win. Yo, for Tottenham Hotspur. In fact, we take a look at the last 6 games over at Upton Park / the London Stadium. It's been 4 wins for Spurs, 2 wins for the Hammers. And you've got to go back to 2017 with West Ham picking up a win against Tottenham 1-0. The bookmakers, what do they think on this one? Well, I've got to find them first. They say on this bad boy, they're going to go 30-5 for West Ham, 90-20 for Spurs, 29-10 for the draw. A win for the Hammers, who come into this bit of problems, really. Down 60 for the table without a win in 6. Spurs on the flip side, couple spots better, 14th in the table without a win in 5. So both of these two sides looking for a victory. They could rise to above at least 5th in the table for Spurs. West Ham could go as high as 7th. So what we guys got in the chat? Well, Guna guy's going with a 3-1 win. Obviously, he's not going to go with Tottenham. He's going for the Hammers. 3-1 in the end. LG and Cal with a 1-0 win for the Hammers. No Code Drinkers going with a draw. Shane O'Hamey is going with a 2-1 win for Spurs. Kim Sanson with a 2-2 draw. Raphael Jarrett with a 2-1 win for Tottenham. LG and Cal says Pooch out. Icy's going with a 1-1 draw. And Christian's going with a 1-0 win for the Hammers. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Everyone's all over the place with this one. I'm actually going to go with Spurs as well. With a 2-1 win away from home. And that should springboard Tottenham up the table. And again, back into contention for Europa League spots. Maybe Champions League spots. We'll have to look at that. Next up, we have Bournemouth. Up against, who they got? Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, they come into this, only played each other 4 times over the past few years. Go back to 2014. Bournemouth have won 2 of them. Wolves have just the once and 1 draw along the way. The last time that these two sides played in Bournemouth was last season, back in February. It was a 1-1 draw. Goal scorers on that day, if you want to know, Joshua King and Raul Jimenez, both from the penalty spot on this one. I used to be Rory Pop. Well. Guna guy. That's an interesting statistic to know. Coming into this, Wolves come into this just the 1 defeat out of the past 6. Bournemouth 2 defeats out of the past 6 as well. Only 1 win out of the past 6 if you take a look at the stats in a different point of view. Bookmakers odds on this one. Bournemouth 70-10, 13-8 for Wolves, 23-10 the draw. The league table suggests Bournemouth are in 9th, 16 points on the board. Wolves are in 8th, 16 points on the board. Both duking it out to try and get into those Europa League spots, potentially Champions League spots as well. We're going to go in the chat. LG and Cal with a 2-0 win for Wolves. No Code Drinkers gone with the Wolves as well, as has Favourite Peter with a 2-1 win for the Wanderers. Shane O'Hamey with a 3-1 win for Wolves as well. Tottenham haven't won anyway much since January. They're gonna start soon. Nathan Heaver, they're gonna start soon. Ruffle Jarrett with a 1-1 draw. Christian with a 1-1 draw as well. Paul McNeil with a 1-1 draw. Kim Sanderson's giving it to Bournemouth. Icy's also giving it a draw. I do remember Rory Pop, Gooner guy. I do. He has a nice little kick out. I think it was Angry Birds logo, perhaps. I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win for Bournemouth on this one. Frank Jarros with a 2-2 draw and Gooner guy with a 1-1 draw. So for me, I'm giving it to Bournemouth. That will push them potentially up to 5th, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Next up, we have our beloved Arsenal, who are actually going through a rough part of the season so far, up against Southampton, who are also going for a bit of a rough season so far. In fact, when you take a look at both of these sides, the last 6 games for both of them, 12 games in total, just 1 win between the two sides, and that was for Arsenal against Victor Guadamares back in the Europa League. Southampton come into this, they're possibly going to be losing their manager probably before anybody else. 5 defeats of the past 6 in all competitions, including the League Cup. Arsenal on the flip side, just the 1 defeat, and that was last time out against Leicester. Prior to that, it was 4 draws on the swing. So not great for Arsenal, but they're not losing games, but you know what I mean. They're there or thereabouts. Now coming into this, the bookmakers give it to Arsenal 2-1 on for the victory, 5-1 for Southampton, 18-5 for the draw. Now the Gooners come into this, they are 6th in the table. A win for them could get them to 5th. Southampton going to finals, 19th in the table. A win for them could get them out of the drop zone up to 17th, depending on what goes on elsewhere. What do we got in the chat? Kim Sanderson's going for a Cherries victory. Rafael Jarrett with a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Jaden Cook with a 1-1 draw. LG and Cow's going with the Gooners as well. 2-1 in the end. Jaden Cook with a 2-1 win for Arsenal. The Gooner guy, aka Rory Pop, 3-2 victory for the Gunners. Shane O'Hamey with a 1-0 win for the Arsenal as well. Blessings Shavenga going with the Saints. Paul McNeil with a 3-0 win for Arsenal. Noko Drinker with a 3-1 win for Arsenal as well. Icy with a 2-1 win as well. And Kim Sanders gives us a scoreline as well with a 3-1 win for the Gooners. For me, James Paddock with a 2-2 draw as well. I'm actually going to go with a 3-1 victory myself to give it to Arsenal, and that should put them back into European contention once again. Next up, we have Brighton Hove Albion up against Leicester City, their form team. Everybody's talking about Leicester City. Everyone's getting excited about it. But will they be in the top 4? I think so. I think they're going to be into contention for top 4 for sure. Coming into this, they played each other 6 times over the past 6 years, and it's actually 2 wins for Brighton, 3 for Leicester, 1 draw along the way. If we want to take a look at the result this time last season, it was a 1-1 draw at the Amex. It was around about the same time of year as well, 24th of November 2018. If you want to take a look at the last 6 games at the Amex, it's been 3 wins for Brighton, 1 win for Leicester, 2 draws along the way. The win for Leicester was back in 2018. It was a 2-0 win, but prior to that, Brighton were on song against Leicester and doing bits. In fact, Leicester won 6 of the last 7 games, and they've also kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches as well. Brighton, though, on the flip side, have won their last 3 home matches, so they're in pretty good form coming into this. In fact, they're both in decent form. The only blip on Leicester's radar in the last 6 was the defeat against Liverpool. Brighton, though, have lost against Villa, Man United and Chelsea in their last 6. Bookmakers odds, what do they think on this one? Brighton 13-5, 5-2 the draw, 21-20 the Leicester victory, and they do come into this 2nd in the table. A win for them could potentially close the gap to 5 points on Liverpool if they were to get a little bit lucky, and they also could open up a gap between themselves and Chelsea and Manchester City, who duke it out this time around. Who else are they playing? They're playing Brighton, who come into this 11th in the table, 15 points on the board. A win for them could go up to 5th in the table. What you guys got in the chat? Welcome, Charlie Anson. You're not late. You're just fashionably something. Anyway, Rafael Jarrett with a 3-1 win for Leicester. Elgin Cow's going with a 2-2 draw. Charlie Anson with a 3-0 win as well for Leicester. Jaden Cook with a 2-0 win for the former Premier League winners. Shane O'Hamey with a 3-0 win as well. Billy Spencer, are you still going to do championship predictions when Blackburn are in League One? Let's kick out Billy Spencer for being such a... I'm only joking. If we get relegated, so be it. So be it, Billy Spencer. Paul McNeil, 2-1 win for Leicester. Noko Drinker with a 4-0 win for the champs, or the ex-Premier League champions. I see with that 2-1 win for the Foxes. Gooner guys going with Brighton, 1-0. Frank Jarvis with a 2-0 win for Leicester. James Paddock with a 1-1 draw. Christian Gobin with a 3-1 for Leicester. Christian's playing catch-up with a couple of scorelines here, but he's also gone with a 3-0 win for Leicester. Kim Sanson with a 2-1 win for Leicester as well. Luciano Mattalotti, 3-1 win for Brighton. Is that right? For Brighton. Kahin Barani with a 1-1 draw. Blessing Stravinga with a 2-0 win for Leicester. A lot of Leicester backers in there up against Brighton, who are at home. And I'm also a Leicester backer this week. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Leicester away from home. Next up, we have Crystal Palace up against the league runaway leaders, Liverpool. Now, Crystal Palace can be party poopers for Liverpool along the way before. Can they be party poopers once again up against Liverpool this time out? The past 6 games, 2 sides in all competitions, in all venues. 1 win for Palace, 5 wins for Liverpool. That last win for Palace was back in 2017 at Anfield. It was a 2-1 win. I think it was it the coveted slip? Was that when he slipped? Or was that, did Gerrard slip? When did Gerrard slip? Was it against Chelsea? I can't remember the who and the whats and the wheres. But anyway, Christian Benteke scored 2 goals on that day. Coutinho with the other back in 2017. Prior to or after that, it's been 5 wins on the spin for Liverpool. If you want to take a look at the last 6 over at Selhurst Park, though, it doesn't get much pretty reading for Crystal Palace at all. Just the 1 win out of the past 6. 5 wins for Liverpool at Crystal Palace. So it's been a while since Crystal Palace have been party poopers for Liverpool, if I'm honest with you. 3-1 win back in the day. Bookmakers, they'll go with Liverpool, I'm sure. 30-2 for Crystal Palace, 42-100 for Liverpool, 15-4. 15-4, the draw. Obviously, Liverpool runaway leaders at the moment. They could extend that lead. Crystal Palace come into this. They are in a 12th spot at the moment. A win for them could go back up to 5th. It's that tight within that thing. Well, what we got in the chat, we are going to kick it all off with Christian with a 2-1 win for Crystal Palace. Raphael Jarrett with a 2-1 win for Crystal Palace as well. Sheila with a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Elgin Cow's going with Liverpool 3-1 in the end. Jaden Cook 4-0. Charlie Anson with a 2-0 win for Liverpool. B4 Try so with a 2-0 win for Leicester. We're on to the next one now. Shane O'Hamey with a 1-0 win for Palace. Noko Drinker with a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Paul McNeil 4-1 for Liverpool. Icy with a 2-0 win for the Reds. Frank Jaros with a 3-1 win for Liverpool as well. Khan Bahari 3-0 win in the end. You'll never walk alone, Klopp. James Paddock with a 9-0 win for Palace. I wonder who he supports. Blackburn are shite. Whatever. Kim Sanderson's going with a 3-0 win for Liverpool in the end. I'm actually going to go with a 3-1 win for as well. I'm singing the same hymn sheet as LG and Cow. Of course we are. Of course we're on the same wavelength back in the day. Brother from another mother. That's right. Next up we go. Everton up against Norwich. They duke it out at Goodison Park this weekend. It was, thank you, LG and Cow. Salausi Kataba is going with a 2-0 win for Liverpool as well, just to wrap up that baby. Next up we have Everton against Norwich at Goodison Road. Now they duked it out over the years, a few times over the past 6 years or so. 3 wins for Everton, 1 win for Norwich, 2 draws along the way. The last time they did duke it out at Goodison was a 2-0 win for Norwich back in 2016. That was in a League Cup clash. Naismith and Josh Murphy on the score sheet. The last time they did play each other in the Premier League at Goodison was a 3-0 win for Everton with McCarthy, Baines and Morales on the score sheet. Coming into this, Norwich are absolutely on a shit run of form, just a one point at the past, 1 draw at the past 6 games. Everton, though, on the flip side, just a 1 defeat at the past 5, 2 defeats at the past 6 if you want to stretch it back to that freakazoid Burnley match. Coming into this, the bookmakers' odds, do they now believe in Everton? Do they believe in it? 38-100 win for Everton. Red hot favourites, 4-1 the draw, 7-1 for Norwich, who look doomed right now. Despite their win against Manchester City, which seems like a lifetime ago, they look to be heading down. I think we could probably wrap that in a dicky bow. I don't think anything's good. The only thing that could change would if they've been off Farker, which is a bastard to say when you just had dental work on the back of your thing. My mic is quiet. Maybe I can crank it up a son of a bitch. How about that? Should I crank it up a little bit? Hang on a minute. Let me crank it up a little bit. How about that then? Or maybe more. I'll do it more. How about that? No, I'm loud. So yeah, if Norwich were to turn this sucker around, they would probably have to do away with Fark and maybe bring in Sam Allardyce, but I don't see that happening. What are you guys going to go for in the chat? We have quite a few predictions. Charlie Anson with a 4-0 win for Everton. Raphael Jarrett with an Everton victory as well. 3-2 in the end. Hello, Aiden. Luciano Marotti is going with a 2-1 win for Everton as well. Luke Posher with a 2-0 win as well. Saints new live down. We will definitely lose. Elgin Cow with a 2-1 win for the Toffees. No code drinker with a 2-0 win for Everton as well. Aiden 45 is going with a 3-0 win as well. Paul McNeil 2-0 win for the Goodison Bad Boys. Frank Jaress with a 3-1 win as well. I see 2-1 win for the Toffees. Saints new live Stan is going with a 3-0 win for Everton. Blessings showing with a 2-1 win. James Paddock with a 1-0 win. Jaden Cook with a 1-0 win for Norwich. Silver sacked. That seems to be a recurring theme. Chila with a 1-0 win. Ugly Pete Productions. Yep. 2-1 win for somebody. R.E. or Ree going with a 2-0 win for Everton. Kim Sanderson with a 2-1 win for Norwich. And Yayan Thomas with a 4-2 6-goal thriller for Everton. I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win for Everton as well to get them moving in the right direction. Next up we have Watford up against them 6-fingered freakazoids. Count them, all 6 fingers. That's them. It is Burnley. up against one of my... I've got a soft spot for Watford, and them son of a bitches are going to stay in the Premier League. Volume up. I can't turn up anymore because I will deafen everybody else. But anyway, they are taking on Burnley, the Freaks, at Vicarage Road. My second home, Vicarage Road. Used to live down that neck of the woods, and I miss it very, very much. Coming into this, they played each other 6 times over the years. 2 wins for Watford, 3 wins for the Freaks, and 1 draw along the way. This time last season ended up as a 0-0 draw back in January earlier this year. The bookmakers' odds, what do they think on this one? They go with a 5-4 victory for Watford, 23-10 for Burnley, 23-10 the draw. Burnley come into this 10th in the table, a win away from 5th. Dare I say it, Watford come into this in 18th spot, a win from 17th if they are lucky. Some more stats and figures for you. The last 6 over in Vicarage Road between these two sides. There's actually 2 wins for Watford, 1 win for Burnley, and 3 draws along the way. So Burnley have only picked up 1 win over the past 7 years at Vicarage Road. What you got in the chat? Well, we got Raphael Jarrett with a 2-1 win for Watford. Elgin Cow with a 1-1 draw. Jaden Cook with a 2-1 win for the Hornets as well. Charlie Anson with a 2-1 win. Aiden 45 is going with Watford as well. Ree is going for Watford as well. Both 2-1. Luke Posser has to go against the grain, doesn't he? Has to support them freakazoids. 1-0 win for Burnley. Paul McNeil 15-0 for Watford. That's what I'd like to see. My flipping dent. My lips are going all nuts. No Code Drinker with a 1-0 win for the Freaks as well. Watford are finding form. Come on, son. Sheila with a 1-0 win. Icy with a 1-1 draw. Zane B with a 2-2 draw. I'm not mean to... No, I'm not mean. It's only banter, but I do not like them. Frank Jarvis with a 1-1 draw. And James Paddock with a 2-1 win for Watford. And Kim's going with the right direction as well. 3-1 win. Sheila, that's because Burnley sticks at the toilets. That's when they're all cleaned up and going to somewhere nice. That's when they're going out for a nice dinner. They still stink of toilets. And anyhow, despite my hate and all that kind of good stuff, and my love for Watford, I'm actually going to go with Watford. Stick it up, yeah, you 6-finger freaks. 2-1 win for Watford, and up the table they go, and hopefully Burnley will get sucked into some relegation scrap a little bit later on. Millwall fan with a 3-2 win. Abdul Latif with a 2-0 win as well for the Hornets. And there we go. The game of the weekend, I think this one is what should be built up. Sabraham Estamarian has got with a 2-2 draw as well. So Manchester City up against Chelsea. Game of the weekend, I would say. This game takes place on Saturday. Late kickoff. All eyes will be on it over at the Etihad. Nearly said the wrong one then. Coming into this, Manchester City have won 5 of the past 6 games between the two sides in all competitions, in all venues. Chelsea's one and only victory was back in 2018 at Stamford Bridge. 2-0 on the day. You want to take a look at the last 6 at the Etihad, though. It's 4 wins for City, 1 win for Chelsea, and 1 draw along the way. You got to go back to 2016 for Chelsea's last victory at Manchester City. And back in 2014, they picked up a draw as well in the Premier League. However, this time last season, this result ended up as a 6-0 demolition. Aguero with a hat-trick, Sterling with a couple, and Goudon with the other goal. So it's pretty much looks to be in favour of Man City. However, a bit of positivity for Chelsea to look into this. Man City have only actually won 1 game in the past 3. That's including a draw against Atalanta and a defeat against Liverpool. And they find themselves beneath Chelsea in the table, if I'm correct. 1 point behind. So a draw would see Chelsea remain above Manchester City after this match day. So very, 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 mind games will be all over the place. Coming into this, though, the bookies do see Man City red hot favourites 5-2 for the victory, 30-2 for Chelsea, 4-1. The draw, what you guys got then? What do you think? Well, we kick it all off with Ralph Jarrett kicking us all off with a 3-1 victory for Manchester City over Chelsea. LG and Cow's gone big. 4-0 win. Is the thumbnail right? No, it's probably not. It's called clickbait, LG and Cow. But you guys know the deal. You guys are here because you like it here. But the thumbnail is a little bit clickbaity. Just to try and lure some other ones in there. You know what I mean? But it's because I'm sure once people come to the show and watch it, they'll love it. They'll love it. Anyway, you going with a 4-0 win for Manchester City. Burnley going to get hammered. Yes, that's right, Alfie Howard. Aiden 45 with a 2-2 draw. Reed with a 3-2 victory for Chelsea. Noko Driggers going with Man City as well. 3-2 win in the end. Nathan Heber is going with his boys, Chelsea. Sabraham Ishamarman is going with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Millwall fan with a 2-2 draw. Bull McNeil with a 1-1 draw. Icy with a 1-1 draw. Charlie Anson with a 6-0 win. It's going to happen. Deja vu. What else we got? Nathan Heber, disagree with the thumbnail? Yes. 1-0 win. Don't look into it too much. Well, you might need to look into it a little bit, Nathan, because I'm going to probably break your heart in a minute. Zane B with a 1-0 win for City. Abdul Latif with a 6-0 win for City. James Paddock with a 4-1 win for City as well. Shayla with a 3-1 win for for a 3-1 win. Khan Biari with a 2-1 for Chelsea. Frank Jarvis with a 1-0 win for City. You saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Richard Kratang away to score. Kim Sanson with a 1-1 draw. Abdul Latif with a 6-0 win for City. Blessing Sharinga with a 6-1 win. I'll take Sheffield United beating Man City though. You know what? Man United, just hang tight on that one because I think that's legit. I think that's close to the mark. For me, drum roll please. I'm giving it a 4-2. We're sorry, Nathan. But Manchester City, really, I have no idea what you're saying. I think you're going with the Blackburn Rovers are the best team in the world, and they're going to thump Barnsley 26-0. I think that's what you're saying there, Ree. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, Manchester City will win 4-2 against Chelsea. And again, potentially, they will definitely go back to third, maybe into second, depending on what goes on with Leicester City. And next up, we do have what LG and Cal has duly alluded to. It is Sheffield United up against Manchester United. Now, coming into this, Manchester United won the 3 previous encounters between the two sides, going back to 2006. The last time they did play in Bramall Lane was a 2-1 win back in 2006 when they're both on the score, both in the Premier League. Goal scorers on that day, get a load of this. Back in 2006 in the 2-1 victory for Manchester United, Wayne Rooney got himself a couple of goals and Keith Gillespie, that's right, ex-Geordie, ex-United, and of course, ex-black and white, blue and white, Blackburn Rover scoring a goal for Sheffield United back in 2006. The bookmakers' odds on this one, they see this 5-2 for Sheffield United, 6-5 for Manchester United, 11-5 to draw. So Manchester United are favourites coming into this, but I don't think it's that clean cut, guys. I don't think it's that clean cut. Sheffield United actually come into this above Manchester United in the table, 17 points on the board, without a loss in 5 games. Manchester United have got a bit of a ropey kind of history. However, they look to be on the right path now. Just the 1 defeat out of 4, 2 defeats out of 5. If you want to take a look at the grand scheme of things on this one. So, what do we got going on in the chat? LG and Cal wants to see Sheffield United beating Man United. Aiden 45, Sheffield United keeper Cal. Oh, that's good. Aiden caught me right on the money there. Yeah, that could be a game changer. I might have to change my prediction because I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Well pointed out, Aiden 45. So Henderson cannot play, and he is pretty decent. Despite I don't like him as a person because he's a bit of a weasel, but he's a good keeper. Anyhow, he can't play, so I might have to reverse this. But anyway, Raphael Jarrett with a 3-1 win for Man United. Elgin Cat with a 1-1 draw. Okay, he's gone with a 1-0 win for the Blades. Frank Jarvis with a 3-2 win for the Blades as well. Noko Drinker with a 1-0 win for Sheffield United. Chila with a 3-0 win, 3-1 win. Nathan Heaver's got with a Sheffield United win as well. Paul McNeil with a 1-0 win as well. Charlie Anderson with a 1-0 win as well. Millwall fan with a 3-1 win for United. James Paddock's going with United as well. This is where the winners and losers could be separated when we take a look at all the predictions as a whole next week. Ree with a 2-1 win. Chila with a 3-1 win. Aiden 45 with a 1-1 win for Sheffield United as well. Icy with a 1-1 draw. Can Bayali with a 2-2 draw. Shane B with a 3-2 win for United. I don't know which United. They're both United. Abdul Latif with a 3-0 win. I'm going with the hosts on this one as well. Sheffield with a 2-1 win. Dirty Inbreds Villa. Oh, we'll get to them in a minute. Kim Sanson with a 2-1 win as well. They're not out of the woods yet, Nathan. You are right. I don't think they're going to get sucked into no relegation battle. And Nathan Heaver's going with a 3-0 win as well. Blessing Shavinga. No, he's not. He's just mentioning my thing. Blessing Shavinga with a 2-1 win. Ollie sacked. Okay, so the thumbnail does say a 3-0 for United. I don't think I did go without that. I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for Sheffield United. That's why I see it. I see it in the stars. I see 3 goals in it. Yes, the thumbnail's a bit of a lie, but it does. I think the thumbnails are a little bit fictitious, but it does point in the right direction for the right result. Hopefully you get what I mean. Next up we have Aston Villa, wrapping it up. We have Aston Villa up against Newcastle. This game's on Monday night. Monday Night Football. Coming into this, Villa against Newcastle. They played each other 6 times over the past 7 years? 5 years, something like that. 0 wins for Villa, 2 for Newcastle, 4 draws along the way. The last time they did play each other was back in the Championship. It was a 1-1 draw at Villa Park. Coming into this, though, Newcastle actually only lost twice in the past 6 games. Villa, a similar sort of form, 3 defeats at the past 6. However, the last 3 defeats at the past 4. The only victory was that over Wolves in the derby in the cup They played twice. They played each other twice. Black Country Derby twice within the past couple of games for those bad boys. There was a prediction. James Paddock did come in there with a 1-1 draw between Villa and Newcastle. I'll get that one started for the rest of us. The bookmakers' odds on this Monday Night Football, we have 21-20 for Villa, 30-5 for Newcastle, 5-2 the draw. Coming into this, Villa sit in 17th spot on the table, 11 points on the board. Newcastle in 13th spot, 15 points on the board. A win for them could see them go to 5th in the table. And then everybody would be singing Steve Bruce is king. That's correct. And if Aston Villa win, they will go up to 14th. So not that good for Villa. But hey, they spend a lot of money. Are they going to go down the same way as Fulham when they hit a bit of a rough patch? I don't know. What you guys got for me in the chat? Well, let's take a little look, shall we? We're going to kick it off with LG and Cal. No, we're not. We're going to kick it off with Raphael Jarrett with a 2-1 win for Villa over Newcastle. LG and Cal with a 3-1 win for Villa as well. OK's going with the 2-1 in the end. Omar Doggins going with a 5-0 win for Newcastle. Charlie Anson with a 3-0 win for Villa. Noko Drinker with a 4-1 win for Villa. Millwall fans going with a 7-goal thriller. 4-3 victory. It's Monday night. Anything can happen on a Monday night. 4-3 win for the Toon. George Jordan with a 3-3 win. Paul McNeil with a 0-0 draw. Hopefully it's not 0-0 if it's on Monday Night Football. Frank Duras with a 3-3 draw. Icy with a 2-2 draw. Aiden 45 with a 4-0 win for the Toon. Chayla with a 0-0 draw. Is that freezing night? Adia Petro with a 1-0 win for the Toon. Hope my mighty Spurs beat West Ham and we get our first win again. I hope so too. I want to see them move in the right direction. Blessing Stravinga with a 3-1 win for Villa. Sander Klepp with a 1-1 draw. And Manchester United winner. Whatever, Trevor. Luciano Mattalotti with the last one in there. Possibly the last one. With a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win for Villa. Kim Sanderson comes in there as well with a 1-1 draw as well. So that wraps up my predictions. Now, before we take a look at what the table would look like, should my predictions come on true, I want to ask you guys, if you are here in the chat, make sure you put your predictions in the comments section down below. So it's nice in good old block form, so I can use them next time around when we take a look at match day number 14 in the Premier League. And also, if you've got any football-related questions, get them in the chat right here, right now. And once I do my wrap-up, I can answer any football questions you may have for me. So let's get going. Take a little look what the table would look like if these predictions were to come true. Whoa, what you doing there, buddy? What's this guy? Is he actually give me some money? Get out of town. What is this? I don't even know what currency that is, but whatever. Luciano. Thank you. Can I stop clickbaiting? You know what, Nathan? You know what? For you, I might just do that, just because you asked so nicely. But Luciano, what's this 10.00? I'm over the moon. I don't even know what that means. I've never seen one of those before, so I'm very, very happy. Anyhow, let's take a little look, shall we, at what the table would look like. It would look like this. Liverpool would be top of the pops. Leicester would be in second. Chelsea will be in third. Is that correct? That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Holy shnikes. I've got the wrong image on there. In fact, let's take a look at this. Take a look at my face while I try and bring up the correct image for you. It's on my other machine. Holy shnikes. I don't even know if I have it. Does it really matter? It does matter a little bit, but I do appreciate it. Okay, so forget about the table. I haven't got it with me. Anyway, folks, any football-related questions besides Nathan's ones? Can you give us your 5-team poly? What does that mean, 5-team poly? Explain yourself a little bit. Blessing shoving on that bad boy. Best London club in the Championship. Well, I'm going to say in the Championship. Ooh. Best London club in the Championship. Despite their reputation, well, I don't care, Elgin Cal. I'll take the 0.17 cents it is. I'll take it to the bank. I'll take it. That's my first ever. Whatever those are, super chats or whatever. I'll take it. Best London club in the Championship. I'm going to say Millwall, despite their reputation. Do you see Leicester contending for the title? I do not think Leicester will be top 2. I don't think they'll finish top 2. I think. They say it's worth than nothing. It is. I think Leicester City will be in the Champions League. I think they can aim for top 4, and they'll be in there quite comfortably in the end. 3rd or 4th spot for them. They're playing really good football. I can see them possibly strengthening in January as well. What else we got in there? They say, will Liverpool win the league this season? I believe they will. Charlie Anson, will West Ham go down? No, they will not. Charlie Anson, they will stay in the Premier League this season. Who will get relegated? I'd like to see. Well, I wouldn't say I'd like to see. I think Norwich will go down. I think Villa may go down at the minute. Southampton, Norwich. Possibly Brighton might get sucked back into it. I don't believe in the long haul with Potter. I think they can't fix it overnight. So I think Brighton, Norwich, and Southampton, possibly maybe Villa, will get into that mix. One of those, 3 of those 4 teams will go down. 5 of my best predictions in this batch. I don't know. Let me have a little look, shall we? If I can go back. If I can go back, I'd say go with the Liverpool victory. I'd say that the Arsenal victory, they'll win that game as well. I think Everton will beat Norwich. Watford will beat Burnley, and I'd say for an outside bet, I'd say Bournemouth for Wolves. There's my top predictions for you on the channel. Anything else? Do I have any good betting options? Not really. Anything else? Will West Ham go down? What do you think of? What year do you think Rovers will get promoted? Paul, that's a rabbit's nest of a hole in there. If I'm honest with you, maybe within 4 years. I think we need to do some changes managerial wise. I'm not saying the work that Mowbray's doing is terrible. I just think we need to look at maybe revisiting, given maybe the end of this year, maybe next year, and then if situations haven't improved dramatically, then we'll have to maybe consider something else. Anyway, folks, I think I'm going to wrap this sucker up. I got to get ready for work. I do appreciate you. Even the 0.0001 cents, I'll take it. I'll take it to the bank. It's mine now. It belongs to me. But feel free to drop me anything you like. I'll take it and appreciate it and use it wisely. I won't spend it on drugs, sex, and anything other thing nasty. It'll go towards maybe sorting my teeth out because the dentist had a field day today. Anyway, folks, I'm going to see you all very, very soon with the next round of predictions. I'm coming back on Thursday for Champions League. And then hopefully you'll be there for that bad boy. And I've also got lots of other content coming on the channel. A lot of Euro 2020 stuff over the next few days. It's going to be interesting. Just finished the video prior to this. I'll see you all in the next one, which will be very, very soon. Roll out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.